Hello, everybody. Welcome to a short video from the Powerbomb Project. I am one of your hosts, Daniel, joined by my other two hosts.
It's Berman.
Hey, Chris.
So today we are going to report Stephanie McMahon resigning from WWE. Vince McMahon unanimously voted back into WWE as the WWE Chairman, and it looks like the sale for WWE is continuing. And it looks like Saudi Arabia are the headliners or the most possible buyers of the WWE right now, and it's leaving a lot of talent to be upset, outraged, especially the talent that Triple H brought back. It seems like a lot of jobs right now are in danger. So this is all horrible news. I'm going to let Berman and Chris talk about it before I give some thoughts in. And yeah, all I can say is that this is a horrible week for WWE. I really would have never wished Vince to come back. I know we probably should have really thought more about the possibility of him coming back, but we had a really nice 5-6 months with him gone. That's how I'm just going to look at it. I'm not going to watch the product with Vince running again. I already watched the product for a very long time under Vince McMahon, and simply I've had enough of a Vince McMahon wrestling vision for my entire life, guys. So if you're expecting the Royal Rumble review, WrestleMania review, all that stuff, I'm sorry to tell you, it is not going to happen. We will do retro reviews back when the product, was still worth something and not being sold to Saudi Arabia, possibly. So, yeah, that's all I really have to say on it for now. Now I'm just going to let these two speak their mind.
Yeah, I start first. Yeah, it's so sad to see Stephanie stepping down, and we had a good run with Triple H. Everything was great. There was a few missteps, but everything was amazing. But then now it just turned all to hell with Vince McMahon coming back and just ruining the whole entire business. And AEW is going to completely win this and destroy anything that he has, and that's the only thing you can see. It is only very slim. I'm saying slim enough that this could be better depending on if Vince actually leaves, and maybe Saudi Arabia people, if they're actually literally buying it, put a new person in charge. It's possible, but it's very slim. It could be better and very slim. But I'm probably not gonna watch it anymore. I'm gonna stick with my three OGs for me: AEW, Impact, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Those are the only three I'm gonna be watching. So goodbye WWE and rest in peace.
It's a real shame too because if it wasn't for Hunter kind of taking over the product of Raw, I probably wouldn't have gone back to WWE as much as I did. As for these 6 months going by, it was kind of cool seeing Gargano, Ciampa, and Bray Wyatt coming back to get full pushes, mind you. But the thing is, all this is completely pointless because if it is true, the rumors of Saudi Arabia buying WWE, it pretty much puts everything, all this hard work, and it's going to inevitably lead to Vince McMahon just laying off these same people over and over again to kind of go with the more money business ideas of having Brock feud with Roman or what have you. It's boring, it's blame, and it sucks because literally what was the whole point of rebooting everything, starting from scratch, doing all your storytelling, actually having good matches for once on regular televised television, and get rid of some of these mid-ass pay-per-views. But again, I'm not in charge of the company, so I'm just gonna keep my eye on just the AEW, New Japan, and maybe Stardom. But that shit's too confusing.
Well, I think the only time any of us will ever be checking out WWE is if there's a match that blows up on the internet and everyone's talking about how great it is. We'll probably check out that match. But if we're talking watching Raw, Sound, pay-per-view from start to finish, yeah, those days are done, people. That's really how I can simply put it. I think this is a horrible thing. While, yes, it makes sense for Vince to return and take back his company, it's just something nobody really wanted. The issue is about Vince McMahon is that he doesn't really know wrestling today, and he doesn't care to know about wrestling today. The entire scope of wrestling has changed so much ever since 20 years ago during the Attitude Era that everyone can practically see through the man's bullshit now. And you can't really hide every single thing that Vince McMahon is doing anymore. Maybe it was easier back in the 90s because there were Stone Cold, The Rock, and Triple H around, but guess what? That kind of star power isn't around anymore. And, you need someone who's really good with, knowing wrestling and writing wrestling to create stars. Sami Zayn in the past 6 months, the type of reactions he was getting, just within these past like few months has been absolutely incredible. And I don't think Vince McMahon would have been able to pull off the magic he has with Sami Zayn. I don't think that would have been possible. I really don't think so. And you could say that, Vince has given us the bloodline and all that, but the bloodline was Roman's idea. Like, this is, again, people trying to give Vince McMahon credit for other people's creations. Like, people tried to credit Vince for The Rock, John Cena, but no, all these wrestlers create their own gimmicks on their own, or the majority of them do. And anytime Vince does think of a gimmick, guess what? It's something like the Fiend Alexa Bliss, and it's fucking horrible, and nobody cares, and nobody genuinely wants to watch this garbage, unless if you are genuinely mentally disabled, maybe this stuff will appeal to you, but even then, it's all a bunch of garbage.
Yeah, you said everything right, and it's really sucks. Like we never liked Fiend Alexa Bliss, and she's coming back to that already, so that's not good. Even though I love Bray Wyatt, I'm really scared for Bray Wyatt and all the other NXT talent that came back. Even Cody, actually, Cody Rhodes, I'm the most worried for, to see this is going to screw everyone over who Triple H brought back, and it's just going to be a freaking train wreck.
The one thing I will say, to be fair, about Cody is that he did return during the Vince era, if I do remember. So I think he might actually be okay. I think he's going to be okay. I think Bray Wyatt, yes, it's definitely going to be someone to worry about for sure, though, and same with many others on that roster.
Yeah, that's just a sad thing. I can't stop saying that. It's very sad for pretty much to announce this is the downfall of WWE and the biggest legendary corporation ever. And this only gets worse from here.
You're gonna end up getting another Brock versus Roman match, guys. It's going to be awesome.
WrestleMania 39 main event, Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
So,
Not be surprising.
Yeah. Any final thoughts you have to give, Chris, before we wrap it up?
The only thing that Vince did right was the Cody countdown, and I'll stand by that.
That was terrible.
That was the best thing he could have done.
Cody countdown. Not even John Cena had a countdown back in his day. What is that crap?
Because he wasn't cool enough.
Cody isn't cool enough, but okay. Anyways, all I will say is, yeah, WWE, you're not cool enough at all for any of the three of us to be watching anymore. And yeah, simple as that. We'll review the old shit back when the company was, dank as fuck. Basically the shit I kind of grew up on. Maybe we will talk about some NXT takeovers. Maybe we'll talk about some New Japan. Maybe we'll just talk about some WCW, ECW. Maybe we'll dive more into the old school stuff, because right now nothing's really worth talking about, it seems. And we ended off by saying Vince McMahon. I don't know why Vince McMahon had to come back at nearly 80 years old. I think, his time is done. And I mean that in like a literal sense, his time is done. Like, he just shouldn't really be running a wrestling company anymore. And sure, you can argue that he's making really smart financial decisions, but that's literally all he knows how to do. He literally doesn't know how to grow a company and create a good, happy work environment. He doesn't know how to do any of that shit. And that's what differentiates him from a boss and a businessman. He's just a businessman. He's not a real boss like Triple H could have been. And that's all I can really say about it. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll have more updates in the future. We'll talk about where WWE eventually is sold to. It looks like Saudi Arabia is going to be that, but it might not be that case. I've been Daniel.
I've been Berman.
I've been Chris.
And if you guys want to hit that subscribe button, keep yourselves updated, please do. We do other content as well besides talk about WWE. And yeah, again, just check our content out. Peace.